Hey, DJ Mikey Mike in Direct Sound, and we are here doing it from scratch today. Haven't done a do it from scratch video in a while, so we're getting ready for the bridal show tomorrow, and I have to make some speaker mounts for my vertical trussing. So for those of you that might need a speaker mount, or you want to integrate your vertical trussing and your speakers together, that way it alleviates the use of tripods or anything else, or if you are going to set your vertical trussing around the dance floor and not put lights on top, you can actually mount your speakers on top of your vertical trussing, get the speakers a little closer to the dance floor, gives you the ability to lower the volume, also give you good attack on the dance floor. During dinner time, if you're doing weddings, you can spin the speakers out and get good coverage all the way around your venue. Instead of blaring it right from the DJ booth, you have good center coverage from the dance floor area. So I'll show you how to make a mount. I'm going to be using a swivel mount for mine. I purchased a swivel mount. I've had quite a few of these. It's a swivel mount. This is it goes for a keyboard stand. It's an ultimate support item. I bought these quite a few years ago and still have them around. I'm not sure if they're still available. If you don't use a swivel mount, you can also use a piece of aluminum that's the correct size to go on a top hat. Speaker top hat, okay? And then this isn't the correct size, but it would go right into your top hat. You'd mount this on the base, and then your speaker, this into the speaker top hat. So it would be just like that going to the speaker. What I'm doing is I'm making a swivel mount so I can angle my speaker at the angle that I want. If I can get this to go. So kind of tough. So if I wanted my speaker at a sharp angle of attack, I could do that. And this is a pretty stepped off thing. So if I want to put my trussing up high, and then I mount the speaker base to it, I have a nice angled speaker mount. So this is what I'm going to use for the bridal show tomorrow. Okay, here's just a 1-2 foot truss right here, just a small little piece of truss that I'm going to use for my template. I took a 19-inch piece of metal and I cut it in half, and I'm going to use this plate right here to mount the top hat to. The swivel is going to mount to the top speaker mount, and the speaker will be located in this area right here. And then I have a nice swivel mount mounted to my truss. So we're gonna drill a few holes in the mounts, in the plates, mount the top hats to the base plate, and then we're going to mount it all together. I think we'll be doing just fine. So what we're going to do with the bridal show is we're going to have a tall center truss with a star ball on it. We're going to have 2 moving heads next to it on 2 trusses, and then the far trusses on the outside, we're going to put the plates on it with speakers angled in. At the last bridal show I did, I looked too much like a lighting company, not like a DJ company, so I want to integrate both into the system so it looks like I got the full range and the full package. So this is DJ Mikey Mike doing it from scratch. We'll drill a few holes here, and then we'll put it together and show you how it looks. Alright, we have our truss in place and our metal plate. I'm going to take some, my trussing has holes in the top. Now if you're using ultimate support, truss, it's configured a little different, so you'd have to mount the small little egg cups on the top of here to where you can mount the plate to your ultimate support. Not your ultimate support, but I mean your global truss. Global truss, you have to use the little egg cups. Global truss has like little cups similar to this that you can mount, and you can mount the cup onto your plate, and then when your cup is on your plate, you can suck it down right into your base plate or whatever on your truss system, and then you'll be able to mount the speaker mount on top. This is Penn Fabrication trussing. It's about a 10-inch wide truss compared to the global truss is a little bit wider. So these dimensions might be different for your truss. So just keep that in mind. Okay, the holes are marked with some small little dots. I'm not sure if you can see that, but we're going to drill the holes there. Then we're going to mount our plate offset to the back just a little bit to compensate for the forward tilt of the speaker. Okay, we're ready to go. Drill some holes. Okay, we got our placement holes drilled, if you can see that. Okay, I'm also going to use what's called a unibit. Now these bits are a tapered bit that allows me to step out, and that's open up the hole quickly, and it's not a precision drill bit. So if you're trying to drill precision holes, don't use a unibit. Okay, so I'm going to chuck this up in the vise this time, and so it doesn't go spinning around and kill me, and it'll be good to go. And now you see I have a bigger hole quickly. Grab some hardware, check it out, looks good. Voila, little Swiss cheese, and we're able to mount our plate. And as long as we get the correct hardware, we should be have no problems. Okay, now I'm going to use this as a template. I'm going to lay it over my other piece of metal. And I'm going to trace the holes to the other piece so they're both identical. Okay, it looks like I have a discrepancy. When I mounted before I drilled the holes, I didn't measure to make sure that I had clearance between the holes. So now I can't put them offset, so I'm going to have to actually drill another hole centered in the area. Alright, we're good. Okay, now we have the ability to mount the speaker to the truss with a quick little angle. I didn't get it offset a little bit, so we won't put the angle too much. Or we can use bigger base plates or sandbag our base plates. So whatever it takes for the condition and where we're located. So no big deal this weekend. We're at a bridal show. Nobody's going to be by the speakers. I have no problem at all. So we'll show you the look at the bridal show. I'm going to go get the correct hardware for this stuff, and that's about it. DJ Mikey Mike doing it from scratch. We'll see you at the bridal show. Peace. Oh, one quick thing I forgot. You can also use this to mount a monitor to a truss. So take a look. I mounted a top hat to the bottom of my computer monitor, or you can use a TV monitor or whatever you want. If you have a base stand in there, it's a nice thick base stand that you feel comfortable with. I mounted the plate to the bottom of the monitor. In the same kind of setup, you can mount your monitor now to the truss. Take a sleeve, slide the sleeve up and over all the way to the top, and now you have the ability to angle the monitor depending on your configuration of the room. Good stuff. Okay, speaker angles or monitor angles. Depending on the size base plate, you might need to have a base plate that goes out more in the front if you're using a heavier monitor. Check the weight ratio on your clamps to make sure they can handle the weight. Alright? Alright, I got the hardware. Went to Home Depot, got a box full of hardware here for our mounts, for our speaker mounts. Okay, what I got is, for my configuration, I have 1.5" bolts with some fender washers, and I picked up some wing nuts because, you know what, it doesn't have to be that tight. And it's quick, so I just wing nut these little suckers on there. It works really good. So, okay, now we're going to put our sleeve on. Actually, I should have put the sleeve on before, but it looks like I can still do it now. Highly suggest you put your skirts on first. And we're going to be making some new skirts here today too. Some nice clean skirts. The Big Daddy. Now this speaker here, okay, this speaker here, notice how it's at a small angle. Now, depending on where your dance floor is located, or what you need, you can angle your speaker. Now, I wouldn't go too hard of an attack because you're just working with like a polymer base here. So, but this kind of gives you the idea. Depending on your speakers and how heavy they are, gives you an angle of attack. So if I'm down here in the dance floor area and you have your trussing up pretty high, you can actually get right there on the dance floor, keeping the crowd or keeping the backside crowd not so loud in the dining area, and focus the energy on the dance floor. So it works really good. We integrated the speakers into the stands. Got the moving heads going and a star ball up top.